Hello, nice to have you join us on this edition of Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwa, and today our focus will be on the southern region. But before we get into that, let's have a snippet of our top story making rounds at the moment. President Bola Tinubu, represented by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, has commissioned the Ojota-Okpebi Link Bridge and other key infrastructure projects in Lagos State. The 5.04-kilometer bridge seeks to address traffic challenges in the Ojota, Maryland, Mende, Okpebi, and Allen axis within the Ikeja metropolitan zone. Also, the Senate President, on behalf of President Tinubu, has commissioned the Lagos State Geographic Information Service building, which is expected to transform state land records, among other functions, and a multi-agency complex named after the President. The Alausa multi-agency building, sitting on 2.01 hectares of land, is located within the administrative hub of Ikeja. The state government's plan is to bring multiple government agencies into a single integrated environment. The complex is also expected to reduce the physical and administrative distance between decision points. Now we start off in Edo State, where Governor Monday Okpebholo's administration has been making waves across different parts of the state with the construction and reconstruction of modern markets aimed at boosting commercial activities and improving the livelihoods of traders. The governor's work is receiving widespread appreciation from residents and traders who see the projects as game changers for the local economy. Our correspondent Jessica Ologweshe reports.
After a devastating January fire gutted the Poa shopping complex in Ekoma, Governor Monday Okpebholo delivers on his promise, rebuilds the complex and empowers affected traders with 200 million naira support.
Today we are here to commission this place in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also, we also promise that we are going to help them to come back. So, when we have the names, we will release the sum of 200 million.
Traders applaud the governor's intervention.
January 2nd, I lost my dad. A week after the shop got burnt. My husband has a shop here, I have a shop here. It's only God that knows how we are believing. But we say thank you to the governor. God will bless him. We are grateful.
We are the shop owner and we like the governor for what he has done. He's just not the ordinary governor, unlike others who we may promise not to.
In Irua, a 700-shop ultra-modern market nears completion, set to spark jobs, expand trading opportunities, and drive grassroots economic growth.
Very fine, no. We like na good thing to our area. So inshallah, na God go bless Akpako Muza.
I like Amo. We like her with the president. God go give her power. Coming election, he will still come back again. And so we thank God.
Rising from the ashes of two devastating fires, the new upper market is nearly ready. Featuring 450 solar-powered shops and modern amenities, the contractor's handover marks a bright new chapter for Benin City.
You remember when we were campaigning, we said we were going to build this place, rebuild it back. And that is our promise, and that is the demonstration of what you are seeing here today. The work you are seeing here is because we have a father who cares for Edo State. That is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He released funds for us to work, and that is why you are seeing what you are seeing all over Edo State. Inspection of roads. In 2-3 weeks, we can finish inspecting all the roads we are constructing, not to even talk about the markets.
The state government insists these milestones anchor Governor Okpebholo's mission to supercharge the local economy, fuel small business growth, and transform Edo State's infrastructure into a modern powerhouse. Jessica Ologweshe, Channels Television News.
Now, the Cross River State's Governor, Basio II, is calling on elders and key stakeholders to unite in support of efforts to restore the state's status as an oil-producing entity in the Niger Delta. Speaking during a briefing on the government's position on oil wells, the governor describes the Senate's removal from the oil-producing bloc as a grave injustice, assuring that steps are being taken to reclaim its rightful place while urging patience and continued support.
For years, Cross River State has struggled with the loss of its oil-producing status after the 2002 International Court of Justice ruling that ceded the Bakassi Peninsula to Cameroon, resulting in the loss of key oil wells and revenue. Efforts are now being intensified to reverse the situation, spearheaded by the Cross River State Governor Basio II, who convened a stakeholders meeting in Calabar, the state capital, with political leaders, elders, and geographic experts. The State Surveyor General outlines recent hydrographic surveys which provide scientific backing of Cross River State's eligibility as a littoral state.
The line started here now. It's whatever we are seeing today started in 2004. See, drawing a line from here to the King Point in Day Spring. And look at what they were trying to do. That the whole of this now will now be Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom will now come to have boundary here. This yellow line that you are seeing, they are also putting that yellow version there, is where that 76 they try to squeeze so that they can take charge of the Calabar Express.
A former speaker of the Cross River State House of Assembly also points out some technical findings that positions Cross River as an oil-producing state, urging collective action to strengthen its case.
In 1986, the International Legal Order of Maritime Law changed. They passed the law of the sea. The law of the sea operates on a principle called concavity risk principle. What it means is that you cannot deny a coastline access to the sea. So you cannot create a concave situation. That principle ensures that even Udupani, which is the lowest navigation channel of Cross River, you must give it access to the sea. That's why the judgment came at this point. Unfortunately, or maybe intentionally, they refuse to understand this judgment.
Governor Otu insists that the struggle is about justice, not politics, warning that disunity could weaken ongoing efforts. He reaffirms his commitment to reclaiming the state's oil-producing status, expressing confidence that justice will prevail while calling for patience and support.
It has come to a time which we now have to carry all Cross Riverians along, because already they have decided to make it political, which is the problem now. How to calm down and tell them it's not politics. You cannot carry our oil wells and be selling and be doing politics with it. It's not. It's about life. It's about survival. It's about what has given to us. And if we are part of Nigeria, nobody must cheat us. We deserve also to be respected. We deserve equity. We deserve justice. So I believe that as from today, we all speak with one voice. Cross River has oil, we cannot deny it. Even if you try to deny it, you will not succeed. Because it is there and nobody can take it away.
As consultations continue, residents remain hopeful that the long-standing struggle will restore lost revenue and boost economic stability for Cross River State.
Women leaders of the Ijaw Youth Council across all zones are cautioning against calls to decentralize pipeline surveillance operations in the Niger Delta, warning that such moves could undermine years of progress. Addressing a press conference in Warri, the group emphasizes that the current system, driven by local participation and strategic enforcement, has significantly reduced crude oil theft and improved oil production. They question the rationale behind altering what they describe as a working model, stressing that decentralization could disrupt the existing peace, coordination and efficiency in securing critical oil infrastructure.
Reported crude oil theft reduced drastically. Aquatic lives are returning back to our rivers. Thousands of Niger deltas are given employment. Criminal network lost operational value and confidence. Communities began aligning with lawful economic structures. So we have one question: why fix what is not broken? Why decentralize a working system? The decentralization of the existing pipeline surveillance contract can disrupt the current peace, organization, and efficiency achieved in securing the critical oil and infrastructure across the region.
So far, over the years of their emergence, we've seen peace in our region. Even our youths are off the streets. That has to do with empowerment. Our mothers can freely go to their farmlands, those in the creeks, to ensure that they get what they put on the table. Those are the things Tantita services have brought to reality. And for us as women, as home builders, people who love peace, what they have brought to our region is peace and stability in terms of even empowerment, taking off our children from the streets. So for us, we'll say the Tantita services should continue, because all we've noticed and all we have seen is peace, stability, empowerment, and taking us off the street from where we were. Thank you.
Now, as efforts to strengthen workplace standards and public safety continue, Akwa Ibom State's Governor Omo Eno is advocating a mindset shift that prioritizes safety in everyday activities. Governor Eno believes that developing a strong safety culture remains essential to safeguarding lives and protecting property across the state. He was speaking at the flag-off of a training for safety officers and lawyers in the state's Civil Service Commission.
At the flag-off of training for safety officers and lawyers in Akwa Ibom State Civil Service held in Uyo, Governor Omo Eno emphasized the need for citizens and public servants to adopt a strong safety culture in their daily activities. He also tasked relevant officials to intensify awareness campaigns, directing safety officers, commissioners, and heads of MDAs to take responsibility as safety champions within their respective institutions.
Everyone must have their clear delineation of duty, and so we can all know how to assess whether we're working with our contractors on their safety kickoff meetings, whether we're going to sites, whether we're going to MDAs, whether we're campaigning about safety in our homes, or whether we're going to secondary schools or local governments.
In her remarks, the head of State Civil Service, Mrs. Elsie Peters, commended the governor for prioritizing the welfare of workers through the establishment of the Department of Occupational Safety.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for establishing the Department of Occupational Safety, which is the first of its kind. I emphasize the first of its kind in the state, following your vision for a safer workplace and creating a safety-conscious environment in the entire state, not just only in our MDAs.
The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Health, Safety and Environment, Mrs. Jane Ufot, appreciated the governor's support, noting that it has enabled the expansion of safety awareness campaigns across the state.
Let me warmly congratulate our newly employed 100 safety officers. You have not just been given jobs today, you have been entrusted with a critical responsibility. As you begin this journey, I urge you to carry out your duties with diligence, commitment, and a deep sense of purpose.
In her keynote address, Professor Comfort Etuk urged the safety officers to take the training opportunity seriously while appreciating the governor for championing safety culture in Akwa Ibom State.
I want to charge the occupational safety officers that as you step into this role, you must embrace a proactive mindset. Do not wait for accidents to happen. Prevent them. Use data, observations, and engagement to identify potential hazards before they escalate.
The training is expected to equip participants with the knowledge and skills required to strengthen safety standards within the state civil service.
You're watching Newsroom series live on Channels Television. Right after this break, we'll bring you more stories making the rounds within the southern region. Stay with us. Welcome back. Residents of Isampoil community in the Karamore local government area of Bayelsa State have received critical legal and social awareness training through an outreach by the International Federation of Women Lawyers. The initiative is aimed at promoting and protecting the rights of women and other vulnerable groups in the community.
In Isampoil community in a Karamore local government area of Bayelsa State, residents gather for more than just a meeting, but a lifeline to women and vulnerable groups on how to protect their rights. The outreach, organized by the International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, as part of its ongoing effort to promote and protect the rights of the vulnerable. Participants are educated on a wide range of issues, including gender-based violence, child's rights, trafficking, child labor, and drug abuse, all key concerns affecting communities across Nigeria.
Drug abuse is like any disease, like you have malaria, you have typhoid, you go for treatment. You meet a doctor, a pharmacy, please, I have malaria, I have typhoid or whatever illness. Likewise, drug abuse. If you're already into it, seek help from professionals. NDLA is already there. Meet medical doctors. Meet some NGOs that are into treatment, and you will be taken care of.
Legal perspectives are highlighted with a call for responsible parenting and adherence to the law.
A woman should know her place in the family. The men also know their place. The place of both parents is to take care of the children, bring them up as responsible individuals.
The traditional leadership in the community welcomes the initiative, noting its potential for broader impact.
The purpose is to enlighten the women on their rights, rights to make them live well in their homes, rights to ensure that they also compete with others elsewhere.
For residents, the message is clear: knowledge is power.
Once you have acquired knowledge, you are able to surmount a lot of challenges that would have come your way. If you didn't have that information, if you didn't have that knowledge about an issue, it will be difficult to address it.
The head of FIDA Bayelsa State speaks on the reasons for the outreach.
Since we came on board this ESCO, we decided that every Easter we must visit one community to enlighten them. And this is one of our outreaches. You know, they all was packed to capacity. They were engaging, they were intriguing, they were interested, they were captivated, they were attentive, and we are really impressed. For us at FIDA Bayelsa, we're grateful.
Initiatives like this not only bridges gaps, but also aligns with broader national efforts to strengthen child protection laws and promote social justice.
Now, issues around youth development are being canvassed as thousands of young people gather in Port Harcourt, the River State's capital, for a conference aimed at inspiring purpose, innovation, and personal growth. The event, themed Success Codes, brings together thought leaders, creatives, and entrepreneurs to equip participants with practical tools for success. Our correspondent Charles Oporom reports.
For many young people in the Niger Delta, the journey to success is often shaped by difficult realities, from job scarcity to limited access to mentorship and skills development. In a region rich in resources but still battling socio-economic challenges, experts say the need to invest in youth potential has never been more urgent. It is against this backdrop that Port Harcourt played host to thousands of young people for the Port Harcourt Youth Conference themed Success Codes. The program is expected to open doors of opportunity for youths, especially through practical tools to navigate life and a career path.
I dare challenge you to utilize this time, which is a part of your life and a part of your destiny, by receiving these words with guarded attention, not being distracted with whoever is by your side or whatsoever is going on around you. I can assure you that a lot more people will have wished they are in this room, because rooms like these are like birthing places where destinies are birthed and destinies are shaped and formed, not minding your background, not minding your ideology, not minding the agents of your socialization. You will hear from people who are like you that you can identify with.
Also speaking at the event, content creator and actress Bukumi Adeaga Ilori highlights the importance of exposure and consistency in shaping success, while YouTuber Eric Gugwa urges participants to take action and believe in their potential.
But when it comes to the actual work, I apologize, but I sometimes feel like people are not necessarily ready to do the work that it takes to be successful. I also feel like social media has given people the exaggerated concept that fame equates money. It does not.
Please, I would like you to have definition. Clarity is more important than speed. It's very important to me that you have a definition of where you want to go. Because what is a goal? We are talking about success codes. That is your ability to reach your goals, yes? A person who doesn't know where he's going can end up anywhere.
Other speakers reinforced the need for discipline, focus, and resilience.
Every week, set your own goals, try to meet them. We do that a lot. Last week, we were learning shameless marketing.
For many attendees, the conference provides not just inspiration, but a renewed sense of purpose.
I'm really blessed, and if I don't know what to do in my life before now, I know what to do in my life currently.
If I had the kind of opportunities these young people are having, I think I would have gone further.
With over 8,000 young people in attendance, the event underscores the growing demand for platforms that empower the next generation and offer solutions to the region's youth challenges. Charles Oporum, Channels Television News.
The Akwa Ibom State Police Command has announced the activation of comprehensive security measures across the state, in line with the directive of the Inspector General of Police to prevent and combat all forms of violent crimes. A press statement by the command's public relations officer, Tim Fon John, says the command has intensified intelligence-led policing, enhanced patrols, and strategically deployed personnel across all local government areas. High-risk areas, including farmlands, forests, waterways, and major access routes, are now under continuous surveillance through coordinated day and night patrols. Special operations, including intelligence-based stop-and-search duties, have been in place at critical points to intercept criminal elements and prevent any form of security breach. Tactical units and patrol teams have also been repositioned to ensure maximum visibility and rapid response to emergencies. Thank you, and that's where we drop the anchor on this edition of Newsroom Series. I'm Dominic Iwiu. Enjoy the rest of your day.